Hello,
Hello.
everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to
Hello.
welcome to Sometimes Something episode 40.
Whoa, is that two for two?
Whoa.
That's crazy.
Oh, I definitely thought it was 38, and I was like, I'm gonna add one so I don't look like a jackass.
You thought it was 38, you added one, and you got to 40.
No, I thought it was 39. What did I say?
You
Because
said
I thought
38.
last week was 38. Okay.
Oh.
In my head, I thought last week was 38, and I thought I got that right. So I went to 39, then I was like, I'm gonna add one to be safe.
Oh, look at us. 40 weeks in.
Yep.
40 weeks.
How the time
Man, what's
flies.
happened in 40 weeks?
What the fuck? We haven't done shit in 40 weeks. I thought we'd be famous by now.
What is 40 weeks?
It's less than a year. Which I think would be a...
I'm just trying to
almost
think
a
where
year.
I was 40 weeks ago.
Yep.
Yeah.
Successful. Happy.
What happened? Did you
What
lose
was
all the
actually-
money?
Would have been like the middle of last summer. We were all starting to talk about the strike. I think that would have been
True.
That
Been
would've been bang on, right?
June 5th.
Yeah.
Oh, so I would have been on a show.
yeah, that's the beginning of the strike, I think. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
How are those going, by the way? Are we pretty much out of it? Like, or is still there?
We're in the
talks
clear,
for
guys.
Yahtzee?
It's all over.
Yeah, it's all over.
All
Yeah.
over until...
I like how Colton's actually asking.
But I thought, like, no. Like,
Hold on,
the
wait.
continuation
What's
of
like,
extra
I'm gonna get.
strikes.
What are you? The continue. There are no strikes right now. There are none.
Strikes
Or, like,
are all
talks
over.
There
about
has not. There has not. Yahtzee is completely separate.
Gotcha.
And that hasn't started yet.
Yeah. They have till July 30th. I think
That
is
is
when their contract
wholly
is.
unrelated. Other than it's kind of the same industry. Yeah, it's a completely different thing.
Have you
so
guys
maybe,
ever
maybe
played
we'll-
Yahtzee?
I love Yahtzee.
I actually never played
Yeah.
Yahtzee. What is it?
Yahtzee's a lot of fun.
I don't even know
Dice
either.
game.
It's like a yeah.
Kate, how do you play Yahtzee?
It's like you have like 5 dice, and then there's there's like a section on like bottom and top of your score sheet where like it's you want to get your ones, twos, threes, fours, five, six, and then you can add up the same of that number. It's all about scores and stuff, and the bottom half is like specific things like a
Sounds
full
like
house,
It's like
Yahtzee.
Sudoku.
It's not like gambling. Like whoever has
No,
like, the
it's
highest
not.
numbers wins. No.
No,
Just to
'cause
be
it's,
clear, there
if you-
isn't a Yahtzee strike. That's not a thing. I don't know how we got to Yahtzee.
Calvin.
Oh, Yahtzee.
Yahtzee's a game.
Right. Yeah, we're not. I just want to be clear. I don't want everyone to think that they're not allowed to play their favorite board game.
Yeah, Yahtzee's going on strike, guys.
yeah. So that's
We're
all.
not going to play Yahtzee.
I don't want people
in
to get
solidarity
confused.
for Hasbro.
Yahtzee. I mean, that's an old game. That's like one of those games that like your parents or your grandparents would play. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
That's like
Is
We
it
still play it
That's
once in a
like-
while.
I feel like I played
that
it
game's
once.
old.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause
Cardi.
I know it's been
Look it up.
around, but I guess I mean like kids play that though. That's still like I still see that on
Yeah,
the
Kids
it's
show.
don't
still
play
popular.
fucking Yahtzee.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Let us
1956.
know in
If
the
some
comments.
kids, if I found out like my friends' kids were playing
First
Yahtzee, I'd
marketed
believe
under
it.
1956.
Yeah, so it's old as shit.
Monopoly's
still
old
fun.
too. Kids play Monopoly.
No one plays Monopoly.
Okay, now you're just saying crazy takes.
That's like saying Uno isn't played anymore. That's also an old game too.
How old's
True.
Uno? Is Uno like the 50s as well? Oh, isn't it one of those games that is really, really old and then it came back?
Yahtzee's older than Uno.
Yeah, I thought Uno was still oldish,
1971.
but it didn't really
First
go
Uno.
anywhere till like the early 2000s, I think.
It was acquired by Mattel in 1992, so that's probably when it.
That's pretty old, Calvin. You're saying that we're old now these days. So
It's all relative.
Whoa, guys.
Like-
whoa.
Like when it comes to video games, what?
Speaking of old, feeling old, Shrek 2 is now having its 20th anniversary. Is coming back to theaters for like another
Wait,
rewatch.
Shrek 2? Oh,
It's 20 years old. Shrek 2.
That's
I guess
crazy.
that makes sense. I thought Shrek 1 came out when I was like 10. Maybe that's when I watched it. I probably watched it then.
Mm.
When did Shrek come out then? 2000 or 2002?
2000, yeah, something like that. 2004 then with Shrek 2.
2001. So yeah, 3 years.
In any case, do you guys have like any cherished family board games that you guys play together or play with your friends or family?
I still play games.
My family didn't play board games with me.
Oh really? We still play.
No.
board
Well,
games. We
yeah,
play a lot
because
of
I knew
cards.
I read the rules, so I knew how to win.
Oh,
And
right,
other
you're
people
terrible
would
to
get
play with.
mad.
Yeah.
The rules don't tell you how to win.
Yeah, people don't like playing with games with me because I tried too hard.
So
Well,
I
that's
watched
not
the
true.
YouTube
That's not
strategy
true.
videos.
Yeah.
We played a lot of like gin rummy and stuff as a kid.
Mm.
What the heck is Gin Rummy?
Um,
I know Rummy.
Yeah, it's a game about matching cards and kind of it's either whoever empties their hand or gets to a certain number first wins of like
It
matches, and then everyone else
it's
has like negatives in their hands and
it's
different cards
both,
at different
I believe,
points.
because it's
Yeah,
you
it's
get
both.
points, and then the round ends when one person finishes all their hands, and then you add up your scores, and then if you have anything left in your hand, that subtracts from your score.
But there's reasons to like kind of sit on some cards, so it's like a risk. Like it's like, do
Yeah,
I keep some of these cards in my hand to try and get like a big pair with them, or do I just try and dump them? Because like aces are really bad, stuff like that. So, it's a fun game. It's fine. All you need is a deck of cards to play. It's okay. It's pretty
no,
simple. Um,
yeah, I still play cards like pretty much every time I go out to my parents. We usually play cards. Sometimes
at
board games.
Christmas,
Yeah.
I played poker with my sister and her boyfriend for I don't know,
Oh,
like
jeez.
6 hours.
Generally.
We
It
just
sounds
sat and
like a
played
game.
poker.
It sounds like a game like a bunch of pirates would play in like Tortuga. Like,
Yeah,
we need to play
yeah.
some gin and rummy.
Like
Oh, Gin
Rummy,
and
Place your
Rummy.
yeah,
bets
that's a
here.
classic kind of pirate game. And Gin Rummy's I think it's just an alteration. Yeah, it's a
What place your
classic
bets?
pirate
We
game.
played a
Sea
game
Gold.
called Ruby Cub. Is that like related?
It's similar, Kari, but
Yeah.
it's like the same thing with it's a little bit different, but like pretty much the same principle. I've played that too. That's
It's
like
a
just
fun
played
one.
with you have like they're like little dice or not dice, like
Little
domino
slabs.
shaped things with
Yeah.
numbers on them.
Are you guys gambling men?
Not really.
That's a good segue into our sponsor.
Steak.com.
Steak.com.
We're now streaming on Kick, by the way, guys.
Yeah.
The most I've gambled is I think in total I've put $20 into poker.net, and I think I'm up. No, I think I might be down to like $18
Mm,
after just playing small hand poker. So
yeah.
Mhm.
That's all I've ever done. If
I'm a
like
real
on like the
wild
cruise or Vegas, if I go to like the casino, is like I'll take out like $100 max. Then usually I'll just do like run around to some different slots, maybe play a game of cards or something. And then if that goes up, unless it's like a big number, I'll usually just keep playing until it's all gone. And then
Fair.
walk
Yeah.
away. I
Alright.
won't be like,
I-
oh, I need to go again.
I'd probably do like $5 blackjack hands if I was at a casino. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'd go play poker if like 3 of my friends were playing as well. Then I would go play poker
Yeah.
and just lose all our money to the card shark. That would be fun. But
I usually do like a couple $100 of slots every day after work, just kind of wind down, just a little bit, a little casually.
Yeah, just dealing with the stress of the effect, it gets to everything.
That's crazy. I recently saw an article talking about how gambling addicts get similar amounts of dopamine when they lose versus when they win. So of
Oh,
course they're
no.
addicted because they get this almost the same rush from like losing big that they get from winning big.
Interesting.
So they're
That's not healthy.
yeah, that's like I was like I kind of get it if it's like you're chasing the dopamine high of winning. I get it.
Yeah.
But when it's like no, they just love losing. It's like oh,
I wonder why
okay.
that is.
So they're masochists as well, I guess. I don't know. That might just refer
Maybe
to
it's like
physical pain.
as soon as they lose, like the idea of like next time they could win just like pops in their head. So it's
I
like,
think it's just like the build up is what gets them
Mm.
going. They're like,
Jeez.
oh, they're so excited, Like no one who's bet $1,000 on something sits and just goes like until they win. They're all like up on their feet cheering and screaming. I'm
True.
specifically thinking about horse racing.
Horse
I don't know
racing.
why. But horse racing is the only gambling people do in the stands. They're all wearing like proper British like outfits, like tweed, and that's the only type of gambling I'm aware of.
I've never been to a horse race before, but now I'm
no, I
wondering,
haven't
like,
either.
I would like to go to one. That would be
The
kind of
type
cool.
of people you'll see, like Dylan, who's lost his wife and children, and he's just on his last few tickets.
You know what?
Going like, come
I
on,
think
this is my last
Dylan-
one here.
I
This is
think
my last
Dylan is
one.
in his basement on his phone playing like phone slots. The people you see at horse races are in their 80s. Like there's no one. You know what I mean?
Sorry,
They're not.
sorry. Okay, Fraternern. Here
Sir Dylan, sorry.
They're Dylan.
Sir Dylan.
Sir Dylan.
Yeah.
Sir Dylan the Third.
Yeah.
Well, I actually have a
Fish.
bit of a topic though.
Oh,
Alright.
let's hear it.
and
What a
it kinda just
segue.
came
We got to
up
work
today.
on this.
No, because it's related to exuberant amounts of money.
Oh,
I don't know
boy.
if you guys heard that Epic
Oh, no.
just released the price of Unreal Engine.
Oh,
guys
did
hear
they?
about that?
I
Yeah.
haven't.
No,
I haven't
no.
even read about this.
Yeah, that's very.
It's,
Oh, because they're
Yeah,
they're
for
changing,
non-game
like-
developers.
Yeah.
It's the price is $1,800 per seat per year. It's a subscription. if
Okay.
you make under 100, or if you make under $1 million a year. So
okay.
most people will be fine. But yeah, it's some big news there. So this will definitely affect some
Wait, no, this is huge.
studios.
What are you talking about?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's not gonna be
No, I'm
free
saying
anymore.
it's not free anymore. If you make
Yeah.
This
more
is
than $1 million
crazy.
Wow.
lifetime, I think. So
So if I
yeah,
want to just
it's-
use it at home, I have to pay $18.50 a year.
Unless
if
you're using
you
it for
make-
games.
unless you're using it for games, and if you make more than $1 million a year with it.
So if I'm
But-
using it for games, I'm fine.
If you're using it for games, you're fine. If you make less than $1 million a year, you're fine. But if you make more than that,
Weird.
then
I think it's
that
targeted
price
more
comes
for
in.
like
I
all
guess it's
all the
starting
studios.
film and TV. That's what it's
exactly,
targeting.
yeah.
all the studios that use it.
Which is, I guess, smart that they waited, like 5 years before they're like, all right, now you can have to start paying. Because now
Yeah.
it's probably, it's lots of studios have.
But how do
pipelines
they
around it,
figure
and-
out who's just using it for
Okay.
games?
All right, this was a little.
it's
Part,
all
it also says that the same goes for students like educators and hobbyists who make less don't have to pay that.
that's what I just said. Yeah, if you make less
Okay,
than
yeah,
$1 million,
I was. Yeah.
if you make less than $1 million, you're
You
Fine.
can use it for your short film,
yeah.
I guess, and you can use it for learning. Right.
Gotcha.
It's for the
So
the
what's
companies.
stopping like a VFX studio for putting out a really small shit game and then just using the assets?
You're not wrong. I mean, there's a lot of, even with the game developer, the previous licenses, people just, it's kind of all
Right?
a trust system kind of thing.
Yeah, that's gonna go well.
Yeah, I mean, they might get some decent money out of this from some studios, I'm sure. I wonder how many
sure
seats
they do.
some of these houses have. I wonder if that's going
Yeah.
to affect anything. Like,
I don't think like anyone has like 100 seats. Like I'd be surprised
I
if
wouldn't
studios
think
have
so,
more than
yeah.
like 10. Right?
Yeah, I don't know. I
have
know
no
some
idea,
studios
yeah.
use it. I know DNEG uses it quite a bit.
They were
so
trying to completely.
I've seen
Yeah.
I've seen some like job positions for like I forget which studios, but I've seen I think like some of the studios, like common ones that we know around Vancouver, have been hiring for like an Unreal generalist or artist and stuff. And that's obviously not for games either, so it's definitely
Mhm.
they're definitely out there.
Do you guys
Yeah.
think that this will
That's so
make
cheap.
anyone
That's
pivot?
fine.
Yeah, okay.
No,
I
God,
was
no.
kind of thinking that,
it
yeah.
might make people pivot because now they're going, oh, they're going to charge it for it. Because if Unreal becomes like a usable tool and not dog shit, they're going to change that 1850 to 18,000. You know what I mean? Like they can just do that. So people might be a little bit more wary of switching, but I think they have enough of a user base now that are trying to make this piece of shit work that people might like it. I might have a bias, can you tell?
Yeah.
Nah, it's not that bad. It's not that. Actually, you know what? I take it back. It's not that bad. I wish I had more passes. I've gotten stuff that looks really good. That's like
No,
up
I
close and
agree with
focus.
you. Like
So-
Unreal is not where it should
Yeah,
be
it's-
yet, but
It's
cool.
treating it like DMP though. It's pretty good DMP because I get depth maps and I get some maps. You know what I mean? Like then I'm kind of pretty happy with it. You know.
Yep.
But yeah, anything
Yep.
beyond that is
Yeah.
unrealistic
And
at this point, as far as I'm concerned.
For the record, we're specifically talking in VFX, not games. Like when we're as
Oh, it's
compers,
terrible
we
for
get
games too.
Unreal
I'm just
renders.
I'm arbitrarily
honest-
drawing the line.
Yeah.
Line
yeah.
in the sand. It's bad for games. Unreal.
Are you guys tired? Unreal Engine's destroying the game industry. Every game
No.
just looks like an Unreal Engine game. Have you guys noticed this?
Corey's going for an
terrible.
engaging TikTok right now. Good tagline. Somebody follow up with
Yeah,
something
yeah.
controversial. No, Corey, I disagree with you. It's the best thing that's ever happened to gaming. And if you disagree with me, I'm going to kill you. And then we
No,
have a
no.
fight.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I love seeing mega
Unity's
scans
better
everywhere.
anyway, guys. Come on.
Whoa,
Unity's
there. Unity's
better.
evil, actually. I use
Whoa.
And,
Go
and
dots.
Godot is
use
like the
Godots.
worst possible thing.
What's actually
Godot is
Godot?
actually the best. What's a Godot?
Honestly, when's the
Joel
last
Knight.
time you played...
Cruelly
When's the
something.
last time you played a Unreal Engine game that was good?
I'm playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth right now.
Yeah,
Mm.
there's lots of them.
There you go.
Like yeah.
Was Lies of P, wasn't that Unreal too? I want to say.
I think so.
I think so. Yeah.
Damn.
Of course, a lot of the Batmans, right? Batmans.
All you've
Arkham.
listed are bad games. All you've listed are bad games.
Okay,
I'm not
what's a
even-
good
I'm
game
not
All
for you?
even-
listed
Lies of
games
P
you
is
don't
bad.
What is
like,
wrong
you
with
idiot.
you?
Lies of P was very mediocre and it did not sell well. and it was
Was that
like
Game
kind of
Pass?
panned. It was kind of panned. Am I wrong?
You are wrong.
No, it's
Yeah,
got like
it was like
rave
highly
reviews,
reviewed. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't hear a single bad thing about it.
Oh no,
I was
it's
also
got good
not-
reviews. My bad. I'm confusing it with something else.
Okay.
Let's
But
look at
also,
some
I mean, it
Unreal
wasn't.
Engine games,
I
shall
don't
we?
think. I don't think Liza P was even in like the top 10 on Steam
This
charts
is
for more
also
than
Unreal Engine
a
4.
couple
I'm curious
days.
if is that different than Unreal 5 in regards to the.
No, I would consider. I'm just wondering, like, what's like big, like good games. Like all the Batman games were pretty panned on release. They had huge
Fortnite.
tech issues. Oh, Fortnite. Well, of course, Fortnite. Yeah, of course. Okay, there is big stuff I've made with it. I'm a dumbass. I was just trying to like put a name to it because I know it's used everywhere, but I just couldn't fucking remember.
Aliens, Colonel Marines.
I
Yeah.
heavily associate it
8.
with. I mean, that's another good example of like meh games. I heavily associate it with games like Back 4 Blood that promise these amazing big games, but kind of don't deliver. That's all I associate it with.
So I was making like a half joke because that is something people complain about Unreal Engine, and I don't agree with the take, but the thing is they're saying that like it's quote unquote
Deep
made
Rock Galactic.
developers lazier because it has a lot of stuff done for you. So you see like a lot of the steps that like
The same
they
like
would
generic,
usually do from scratch
right?
to make their game special. They kind of just use the Unreal's whatever
Their
system.
interaction system or whatever system, and it all ends up feeling generic and the same.
Yeah,
Got it.
that's
Deep Rock Galactic uses it.
But if you're
Okay,
I mean,
there's
if you
some
know what you're
stuff I
doing,
like.
you can make anything with it.
Right.
Yeah.
Battlefield. Interesting.
It's used. I think a lot of the times too is like you'd probably have to read into a lot of those too because I think a lot of them use like a highly modified version of it, which is probably common for most studios. But
Yeah.
I mean, Deep Rock's it's not exactly a huge studio behind them. I think there's only like 50 people working there, 50 to 100 people somewhere in there for their whole like the entire company.
Right.
But anyways,
On the
What else is-
Battlefield, Shogun has been really dominating the showcase right now. At least the
what are we talking about?
the TV show Shogun.
TV show
Oh.
Shogun.
Yeah.
Oh, I've heard
It's been-
about this.
Apparently, it's like the new age Game of Thrones and everything. It's getting incredibly rave reviews. So I'm definitely gonna try to hop on this and see what
Was
all
it what
the hubbub is, what all the kids are watching these
I heard
days.
it's really good too.
What
got
I
me
like
excited
seeing
about it
posters
too
for this.
is
Yeah.
they've said that it's like they're just doing one season. They had their story.
Oh,
and
really?
That's
Oh,
gonna be
really?
it.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's,
You know what? That's
cool.
which
nice.
is kind of exciting. Yeah.
Okay, I'll check it out. I
I heard
was-
it's really really good.
I was hearing
Yeah,
stuff.
it's
and
a historical drama miniseries. So, yeah, that
Mhm.
usually just implies 10-episode series.
But that it's just like
Yeah,
it's
check
like
it out.
okay, we have beginning, middle, and end. We're gonna put all the quality and time and
Yeah.
effort that we can into this, and not have to like worry about future
Yeah.
storylines or having to appease the, I guess the
Keep
not
some
the
big
audience,
story.
but just like
Yeah. That's
keep
what I was
them-
saying too about what I kind of hope they do with Fallout because it's
Mm.
looking cool, but like I kind of hope that they do like an anthology series or something,
Mm.
which they'll do like this story, whatever it is or whatever, but then they don't try to build up to another big thing where this bad guy's gonna come in and then she's gonna have to fight that and it's gonna be a different faction.
Like-
Just like every
Yeah.
season, just do a different story in the Fallout universe. It could be different place, different
Right.
state, whatever. Just do a really good 10-episode story.
You
Maybe
could
there could
do
be some
3 or 4
crossover
of
with
those,
characters,
and
but-
then like season 5 could be a mystery that is like heavily
Yeah,
referenced.
exactly.
Like, if you get that far, then you can build something that is heavily referential. That even if it is different timelines, you could tie it together somehow if you
Yep.
really wanted to keep going. But yeah, doing self-contained seasons, I think, is
Oh,
a
it could be
really
an
good
interesting
idea.
Like just to add on to that, you're saying, Calvin, where it's like in season 1, I don't know, it's the episode where the storyline of setting up the nukes, like in Fallout 4, and then in season 2, it's like either earlier in the world, and then they end as season 1 ended or something, or they refer to like the nukes that went off. So it's kind of like you have the anthology series all going at the same time together in different seasons.
That
It's
could be
like
cool
you do
too.
the
Yeah.
aftermath later on in another season. That could be interesting.
You could even
Mm.
you could even tell 2 different stories at the same time. So
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
season 2, you could have a scene like if there's a bar fight in season 1 and season 2, you could see the bar fight in the background. You know what I mean? So like they could, and then eventually it's like, okay, so you establish they're the same world, and then
Yeah.
season 3, season 4, you bring them all together. If you get that far, and if you don't, who cares? Like what?
Yeah.
Like fucking who gives a shit, right? So yeah, there's a ton you can do with that. The only problem with that is cost, because then you're getting new actors and actresses, or just actors, sorry, for every single fucking season, and you're not able to lock them into these longer deals. And the longer deals tend to be cheaper. Like if you're trying to hire a full cast for a massive show for season 3, your fucking cost is huge.
But
So
I feel like especially Fallout will have the money for that, because I mean you see that like anthology thing, like even like HBO, like White Lotus, which has only had 2 seasons, but each one of those seasons have had like kind of a fairly big cast that's been completely different, besides the one blonde chick that's been in both. I think it'd be doable. I think it'd be perfect for Fallout 2.
yeah, they have a lot of options.
Yeah.
I'm super
Yeah,
excited.
cool.
It looks very.
It looks very
I watched one of the trailers for it recently. It looks good. It just feels like I don't know.
It looks better than I was expecting so far.
Yeah.
I feel like.
I mean, I also haven't played many of the games, only 3 and New Vegas. 4 I just kind of watched in passing. So maybe I'm just kind of like the adaptation of. At least they were very. What's the word where you're just. They took care of the source material and they actually did it justice. Is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
I was very thankful for that, instead of just like, let's redo the entire designs and completely make our own new worlds. Like kind of like,
yeah,
well,
like
not necessarily that Halo did it poorly in design wise. It's just they're actually still.
Well, I think
paying
Fallout has
homage
the
to-
advantage is they don't need to do characters. They can make up their own characters for the show
Right.
and make up their own
Yeah.
story. Where Halo that is a very established timeline and it has very like established literature. I mean, even they could have just done some other Spartan, but it'd be stupid not to do Halo and not to do Master Chief at some point. So, that's kind of their problem. But what the fuck's happening? Yeah, being able to just tell their own story completely, and there's no like major characters. I mean, there's groups, like there's groups that they have to
Factions.
include
How many
factions, but that's
How many
kind of
vaults
it.
are there
A lot,
canonically in the world? It's like
a
over.
lot.
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah,
say
I don't
close
know.
to
Every vault is its own story, so it's like.
Well, some of them are
Interesting.
122 volts that we know about, but they can just add more.
Yeah. Oh, there's secret vaults.
But
Sorry,
there's
what
a
were you
lot
saying,
of cool vaults that they could do because only 17 of them were supposed to work correctly, and then
Right.
all of the other ones were experiments. So you could do some cool horror stories and like really, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, a lot of the vaults are just empty hulks now, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of cool
You
stuff.
could even do just a whole season of like contained in like a vault of like 2 people. Like what was the Cloverfield sequel with like
Mhm.
Oh, Lane.
John
Or,
10 Cloverfield 10 Lane or whatever. Is that what it was? Yeah. With John
Prequel?
Goodman. I think it was like a simultaneous kind of thing,
Right, yeah.
which sounds really good.
I think all of those movies are simultaneous. I think you're right.
I haven't seen the
It's not good.
space one or whatever.
Don't watch it.
is a
No.
space one?
There isn't. Don't watch it. Don't watch Space One. Space One bad.
Oh.
What kind of
Space
accent
One
are you doing
tends.
here?
I don't know.
It's like a
Help.
Borat's
It's
older
vaguely.
cousin, I don't know.
Yeah, it's vaguely like Middle European, like Baltic. Hello, don't watch space movie. It's bad movie. Hello, it's me, a Russian cosmonaut. Don't watch space movie.
Is it
The
coming
whole
in from a
movie
satellite?
spends 60 minutes trying to explain all the events of Cloverfield, and
Yeah.
like it does exposition of where it all comes from, and it makes it all very lame. So
Mm.
yeah, it kind of like Marvel action-fies the whole series. Instead of being like cool,
Right.
you don't really know what's going on movies. They're
Right.
like, here's exactly what's going on, and we're gonna make up physics words to explain how it works. Also, we're the people that caused it when we put this infinite energy core into a thing. Oopsie! It's so stupid.
That's the one thing where
Yeah.
it's like when you start explaining things, it
Don't. You don't
ruins
need
the
to.
mystery, and it's kind of like
You can
That's why-
explain stuff if you have the correct complexity and like you can justify the complexity. But when at one point, 2 minutes into the explanation, you need to go. I don't know. For example, midichlorians do it all. It kind of ruins. It
Sorry, you were
ruins a
saying
lot of setup.
okay.
Yeah, don't. That's why I fell off of Stranger Things. So
Oh yeah.
that was
Oh, did they start like explaining stuff?
yeah.
I find that the explanations are always too simple because they have to make it work in 5 minutes of exposition.
Right.
It's like,
When did you fall off?
damn
Because
it.
I fell off like season 2. I was bored of it.
I watched
Me too.
season
Apparently the-
3. I
Okay.
fell off during season 3 because they
well,
were
then
like,
you fell off a long time ago, brother.
I
What did
watched
you-
up to season 2 when it was
I
coming
watched
out, and
season
then
2.
I've since I rewatched all of it and all the new stuff at the around the last time the season was ending because I thought that was the end of the show, and I was like,
Mhm.
oh, I'll watch it all. I'll watch it with my like my brother who was watching it. It's like, fine, I'll catch up. We can watch the finale together. And then
Yeah.
around like with like I don't know if it was after it ended or as it was ending, I was like, wait, is this they're doing another season? They're like, yeah. I was like, oh, I guess I'll have to watch that too now. It was good.
I'm sure
It's fine.
it's good. I just what
I
I
just
liked
never-
about the first season was the mystery. That's like what I was
Exactly. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
So I was. Wait, did you like the later seasons though, Cade?
I enjoyed them fine.
Okay. So I just heard like everyone saying, "Oh, it's so good now." Blah blah blah. So it's like, oh, do I want to go
Yeah.
like 3 seasons to get there?
It was definitely good.
Yeah.
Definitely good. I think it was still better than wherever like I kind of fell off at season 2. I think a lot of people did when it was like I forget where I fell off even, but
yeah.
Speaking
Uh,
of sequels,
Yeah.
Super Mario Bros. Sequel.
Oh, it's
yeah,
announced.
2020,
Works.
2026.
Yeah.
Pretty sick.
I haven't seen
That
the
would
first
be-
one.
What?
You should
That's
see
so
it.
fast. What?
Yeah.
When did it come out? Wait, no, hold on.
It
What?
came out last spring, like a year ago. So that's
I guess 3 years. Yeah,
3 years, yeah. That would be a cool
Yeah.
one to work on.
that'd be cool. Let's go to France, boys.
Let's go to
Oh yeah, it's in
Illumination.
Paris, isn't it?
Nation, yeah.
Yeah, let's go to Illumination and work there.
You all know your French.
Oui.
Bonjour.
Oof. Palm.
Back-
Ciao.
French
Ciao.
audience.
I just said a bad word.
Mm-hmm.
And other sequels, October 2nd, 2026, is the Batman 2.
That's
The
2026,
Batman
really.
2.
The Batman 2. Apparently that's the name.
So
But
it's
that's
based
what they're
off of
referring to it as.
the previous
The-
The Batman then. So wait,
Mr.
Yeah.
is that
Pattinson.
Robert
Okay.
Pattinson.
no? Yeah,
That's
but
not
what?
part of
It's
the,
not part
the
of the
new DC. I think they've
Okay.
said that's separate, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, interesting.
And Peacemaker season 1 is not canon, but season 2 will be.
Oh,
What?
really?
Yep.
I thought
Right, because the ending, right?
Yep.
The ending was a little different. Yeah.
I
I
didn't
never
watch
watched
Peacemaker.
Peacemaker.
I don't even know what. I don't care about spoilers. So like what?
Oh, wait, did you guys all watch it?
There's the
But
old
you can spoil it.
characters that show up in the end and make it so it can't be canon.
Yeah, spoilers.
Mm,
I mean, they're just kind of
Okay.
like, yeah, they're not.
Yeah, they're-
It's not like a huge thing.
I've never been that uninterested in the show. in a
I
long
know.
time.
Yeah, yeah.
apparently it was good. I think people actually liked it more than
I
some
know
of the
people
other DC
did, yeah.
things.
But I mean, comic book movie people think Thor 2 is good, so I don't know.
I think those are
Um,
different people.
I
I
thought
don't
that was
think people-
universally panned.
No,
but
it's the
okay.
same. It's the same 50 people on Reddit, Kate. There's 50 people in the
I heard a
Marvel
lot of people
subreddit.
like Peacemaker.
A lot of people eat glue, so that's what I think about those people. I haven't really heard of a huge amount of resources. Oh yeah, you want to talk about the Oscars?
Yeah. Colton,
yeah.
you were the only
I'm
one who's
s-
right. I believed in Godzilla
Woo!
minus
I
one.
forgot.
Win the
I get the
VFX
glove
Oscar.
now. Oh, who was right?
Yeah.
Who had the foresight? Let's go.
You were right.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Who was
Hey, man,
right?
I'm 2 for
Who
2
had
now.
the foresight? I need to
I
write
had
that
the
down and
foresight
make
for
it
the
sound
Elden Ring.
later.
The
Yeah.
Elden Ring thing,
Yeah.
the DLC, and for Godzilla winning Best VFX. So.
No.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
don't
we
get
have
to
a
only
short
say the
coming out.
things you're accurate about. If
Yeah.
that was true, I'd be a god. Are you kidding me?
No.
I have the foresight, everyone.
Yes,
Anyways,
foresight.
because it has been recorded.
Yeah, it has.
I
And we have a short
swear to
coming out
God.
this week of Calvin specifically saying why it won't win. So Calvin's double right.
Oh, why are you? Don't I self-referentiate when it doesn't win? I'm gonna look like a jackass.
You might. I don't remember.
Okay. I hope I do.
So what were the? I guess what were the highlights? Trying to remember.
Oppenheimer winning 7 things.
Yep.
Yeah, Poor Things won a lot. That was cool. Al Pacino.
Yeah.
Trying to
Both
read.
Loving the end.
Did you see that, Calvin?
No, I didn't watch the Oscars.
He was the guy that they brought out to read off Best Picture, and for some reason they just can't pick the right person to do the biggest award of the night, right? Because he came out and he's like, "Oh, yes, I I'm supposed to read off the card, and then he didn't read off the card. He's like, I'm here to miss best picture, and I'm going to look at the envelope for that, and I will do that now. I see Oppenheimer, and then it's just dead silent. He's like, yes, Oppenheimer, and then people are like, oh, I guess we won. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
It was really
All the
weird.
reactions were a little.
Jesus
It was definitely like
Christ.
even you could even
Surprised.
tell like the orchestra and everything was like it still like took a second before he like reiterated and they're like, oh shit, go 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 go. I guess
Oh
I guess,
my
I guess that's
God.
it.
That's so funny.
It was funny.
Yeah. But yeah, it was fine. No
Al
slaps this
Pacino's
year.
too worried about getting married to women under the age of 30 and knocking them up.
Yeah, how many
That's-
kids does he have? He's had a
I
kid
mean,
recently.
He
hasn't
just had one. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy. I didn't think sperm was allowed to work after 74. I don't know how old he is. He's old, though.
Yeah.
He's fucking old.
Becomes a dad again.
Imagine
at
getting nut in
83.
you by an 86. How old is he?
He's 83. His girlfriend is 29.
Oh my God.
Whoa! What? I didn't
Yeah.
know that. Jesus Christ.
I don't think they're still together. I think it's literally she has a reputation for just like trying to hook up with old rich guys and get pregnant, though,
Mm.
from my understanding. Which
Oh,
is
boy.
poor, so.
I read a comment on Reddit. Oh yes, this one. Yeah. What
What do
yeah.
you-
Here. What did you think about the Illuminati ritual that John Cena did to join the?
Oh
Dude,
my goodness.
People online are so mad about that.
Everyone
yeah.
is
People
really.
online are mad. I love
I've
that.
seen-
It was
I
so
feel
funny.
like
so-
people just saw the photo or just saw a screenshot of it and immediately come to a conclusion to even actually.
I thought it was
Yeah.
AI. When I saw a screenshot and I was like, that's funny. Yeah, wouldn't that be silly? And then I saw the video of him creeping out sideways. And I was like, oh my God, this is real. I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
He's been pretty naked in a lot of like in Peacemaker. He was butt naked in some shots. So it's like I think he's kind of over that idea of just like whatever.
He's also like, he does bits. I've seen him
Yeah.
on talk
Yeah, he
shows and
was
in
doing
person,
the-
and he's like a funny guy. So it's
Even that
like,
thing
it's like,
was totally a bit. Yeah. Like.
Yeah,
yeah, I'm like,
I've
okay,
seen- I saw
this makes
one
sense.
person-
I believe this.
Okay, and also if I was that
Exactly.
jacked, I wouldn't care. It's like, yeah, I have huge muscles. You
Yeah.
can look at them. Yeah.
I saw
just
that
want to
to, like-
clarify, if you were jacked, you'd go out in public naked. That's what you're
No, no, no.
You
Oh.
would
If
be
you were
humiliated
jacked,
to do
saying.
that.
You would go on
Yeah.
television naked and expose yourself
You know what?
to a
Yes.
crowd of thousands of
If
people.
I was
Oh.
paid for it and it was for a bit, I would
He doesn't get paid for that.
Does he?
They
Oh,
don't
he
get
doesn't?
paid
No.
for that. No.
Do they not? I don't know.
No. Famously, Grammys and Oscars
Okay.
don't pay for their performances and stuff. all
Yeah.
the time.
Interesting. I didn't know that. What
Yeah,
I was
just
actually curious about
Oh,
is
sorry, go, yeah.
no, I was just wondering how they pull that off, like from a like camera standpoint. Like, how do you
There
make
was a-
sure?
Behind the scenes thing of like what he was actually like
And he
wearing.
has like
he was
prosthetic stuff on.
Okay.
did he?
Like if it, well, no, I mean like it was like a covering that was skin colored. That was like
Oh, yeah,
going
yeah.
around.
It was
his
like a
dick,
little-
it,
Oh,
And,
okay.
like,
Okay.
his- yeah, so he was covered.
yeah,
I
he's
was
like,
like,
bag,
that's
he's
impressive.
bagged up.
Yeah.
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 And I'm sure they were like, "Don't fucking move your hands."
Yeah. Yeah.
The I'm Just
Yeah.
Ken performance was nice. I did not expect Slash to be there.
Yeah,
at
that
all.
was like
And Van Halen. I was like, damn, that's a
yeah.
Okay,
that was,
I wasn't so surprised with the Slash, but only because I knew he's on the song.
I didn't know that. So
I
just,
didn't know that either. So at
I
first I,
had
was like,
watched
why?
some behind
why?
the scenes, and he's on the song. So I was
Oh,
like, "Oh
that's-
yeah,"
that's
and
funny.
they got
That
him.
makes a lot more sense now.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
were
it
just
makes a
doing like
lot
the
more
pan
sense.
around, and then Slash came out. I was like, I mean, okay, cool. I guess we can make this more fun. Yeah, bring Slash out, sure. But that makes sense.
Okay, I'm
Cool,
watching the John
yeah.
Cena thing right now. It made the entire audience laugh. Like it's just funny.
Yeah, they're
It's just
humiliating
goofing
and Colton.
time.
No,
They're
no, no. It's a
humiliating.
ritual. It's a
It's-
ritual.
oh
That's
my
how he
God.
gets entry into the club of the secrets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Well, I think that wraps up the Oscars pretty much. That was kind of the biggest things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
People won awards. There was no major
Robert
upsets. I
Downey.
think Robert Downey won. Yep.
Good for him.
Yep. I think the
Fair-
only thing people are kind of upset about was Emma Stone winning over Lily. I forget her last name. The chick that was in Killers of the Flower Moon. I think people
Right.
really wanted her to win, but
Mm.
I felt very much like this year was just a standard. Let's give Oscars to the people who've been around for 30 years, kind of like a legacy Oscar almost thing, where it's like, okay, RDJ, let's give him his. Let's give Cillian Murphy his, even though it was a good performance. And then obviously,
It was good.
Mr.
I don't think
Nolan.
RDJ has been around like that though.
Yeah,
I don't think. I think,
he was like nominated like.
but he
been
was
around
also a
since the
crazy
80s.
drug addict for fucking 15
But he was
years.
also incredibly
people
prominent in
didn't
the
like
90s
him.
when he did.
But I
Chaplin
don't
and
see.
stuff.
I see a lot of other people that have been prominent since then that have done more work than him and didn't get to fall into a weird drug addicted stupor, not get that award. You know what I mean?
It's also
I think he did great in Oppenheimer because I think that minimizes the fact that his,
Calvin.
I think he just did great in Oppenheimer.
Calvin. There's also, this is what the Oscars want. They want a story. They want a story to sell how that people get their Oscars. They did it for Brendan Fraser, where it's like he's been abused all these years, and now he's on top, and he gets his amazing award. RDJ, he went through everything, and this is his swan song after Iron Man, and he's become this prominent actor again after a couple flubs. Let's be honest, after Doolittle.
No, right.
And then it's like, here's Christopher Nolan. This is his penultimate film of against the atomic bomb. Let's give him his Oscar. It's kind of like, it's that thing where it's like, even for Godzilla, where it's like, it's the 70 years and Godzilla's finally been nominated. Let's give them the Oscar. I feel like that also sells
don't think so.
more.
I don't think
100%. That's what they've been doing for VFX so much, where it's like, let's give it to the stories that do it a little bit. Let's give it to the films that do. I'm going to give you an example for when Apes was against Ex Machina. Like, Apes was, let's be honest, it's phenomenal VFX. Even the creator, I personally thought, it's just better. It's just well done VFX. They're not going to give it to it. They're going to give it to the person or to this show where it's like, it's narrative based and the VFX kind of holds to the narrative, like it supports it. But they also want to have a little bit of a who won the Oscar kind of thing. That's a little bit.
I don't think so
fun.
because otherwise that should be for every single Oscar, and then also that doesn't line up with anything that we know from like people from the inside talking about how they're just kind of bought and paid for. How it is just a huge amount of marketing.
But then, even look at supporting actor last year, Key for Everything Everywhere All at Once, where it's like, again, 30 years he was rejected from the industry and wasn't given a role until this prominent role. Was he the best supporting actor that year? He was really good. No,
you just like literally argued against your point of pointing out where somebody with 30 years of work. Like, what are you trying? Are you trying to give
for that many years? Like,
but you just said RDJ was given his and Christopher Nolan was given his because of these huge amounts of work. So it can't be that and that at the same time.
Hold on, I think you guys are technically both right. Where I think people do vote for the story, like, I think this is a natural, you're inclined to do that. I do think that you're also going to push for the story if you're paying for it, doing all that. I think I could see, I'm sure that's probably why it's just mixed. But I think just to kind of get us off that a little bit, which is kind of leads into what you're saying, Colton. Spider-Man was robbed. Can you believe it? I'm so angry. I'm so angry about Spider-Man.
I think that's the end of our show, everybody.
Why did they give it to a random
That was
movie?
a recap of the Oscars. We talked
I never
about
even heard of
Fallout
this
and
bird
Yahtzee.
movie. What is
hope
this?
you love games and other stuff. We'll see you next week.
Speaking of swan songs, more like a heron song.